You are now tuned into All Bets In with MyGuyz. MyGuyz Sports.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Welcome to All Bets In with MyGuyz Sports, Season 2, Episode 5, NFL Week 5. Man, we heading towards almost halfway through the season, man. It's been cool. You know, I'm
Man.
Bsperl Online, and I'm here with Moneyline Rich.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Another week. Weeks keep going down. The drama is increasing across the league.
Man,
This is football. It's really football season. So, and it's the time of year, where October comes and we got all sports, and it's just from now until June, just ride that shit out. So it's the best part about being in sports betting, where you got everything around you all in one.
oh man, plays all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah. No, man. Yeah, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Coming through here, NFL Week 5. Week 4, man, was eventful. Eventful, man. Starting to figure out what it's getting to that point where you start to figure out what these teams are going to do, for the rest of the season. Because once they start, especially this year, we come into a pretty loaded NFL draft. So some of these teams are going to start figuring out which way they're going to go. And, then some teams are going to start bolstering up, trying to get their rosters ready to go compete in the postseason. So, man, it'd be interesting to see how these teams go about, going into the, the middle of the season. But, no, man, what's anything news and updates, anything that stood out to you about week 4?
Oh man, this is a lot going on. I mean, the king of the AFC, I think, is the Bills. I think that game was personal for them. I like how they came out and dominated from the start. First, it looked like it was a track meet. Shout out to Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier for putting together a damn game plan to shut that damn offense down. They hit him and contained him. They got a couple big plays. Obviously, you give up whatever, but to drop 50 on somebody is just oof, or close enough to it is just a lot. That proves a lot when you're trying to make a statement for a team that just came off of a 70 win. But that one trend, like we said, they ain't won in what was it, 12 years
Yeah,
in Buffalo?
they
They don't win
they
in
don't,
Buffalo.
uh, yeah,
So
I'm not sure who the D
I think,
coordinator is, but Leslie Frazier, he's not there anymore.
oh, he's not there anymore.
Yeah,
Oh man.
he left. Took a leave of absence, I think, something like that.
Oh
But yeah, I'm
wow.
not sure who the D coordinator is,
Probably,
but
probably, probably
McDermott
Sean
did take
McDermott. Yeah,
over. He did
yeah,
take
he
over.
did. Yeah, that good point. Then let's see. Yeah, so that was impressive to me. Shout out to Justin Fields for playing. A lot was riding on him, even though they took the L. I think it was very important for him to go out there and prove something. And it's funny because the offensive coordinator said they was working on something offensively, but I don't know if it was a good offensive game or just the Denver Broncos are just that trash. With the news this morning, them releasing Gregory was just crazy. Like they just probably tried to trade him. Some shit probably happened in the locker room. When teams start losing, temperatures start flaring. They're the laughing stock of the league. Even though they won, it just feels like eh. So that was pretty interesting. But I like that Fields came out and play, and Vikings getting their first win. Those were kind of big highlights for me. Um, and a entertaining game. We had a lot of Taylor Swift going on here in the NFL, and hopefully that can subside a little bit. But other than that, that's all I had on. That was exciting for me in this week.
Yeah, man, that's already getting annoying. I feel you on feel you on that. Swifty watch every week. Um, yeah, I thought it was good to I thought it was good to see, even though they lost, I thought it was good to see Zach Wilson play well, man. You know, the media, man, it plays this crazy part, and it's just kind of, that's what sports is now, man. But uh, just the just the disrespect. Granted, he wasn't playing well, so when you're not playing well, people
hmm
talk about you not
They
playing
get they
well.
get
So
they get to, they get to, they get to talk about you.
yeah, so I get that, but at the same time, man, even though he wasn't playing well, where's the Jets' responsibility in this, man? Like, granted, he ain't playing well, but honestly, he was never a number 2 overall draft pick from the start.
He got
So
hyped.
he got hyped up, and
I mean,
they
kid got a rocket
drafted.
for an arm. It's not like he can't throw the football. It just, they people always think they can outsmart everybody. They want to be the smartest guy in the room when it comes to drafting. And sometimes you draft good players, like you said. Sometimes they just don't. But he's been a third or fourth round draft pick if it was a redraft.
Yeah, he's young. He's still maturing. So he does have an arm, so he does have some skill, but he wasn't ready to be a starting NFL quarterback when he got drafted, especially in New
Not New
York.
York. Not New York. I mean, shit. There's only a couple quarterbacks who can take that kind of heat, and their starting quarterback who was injured is one who could. But seeing Aaron Rodgers on the sideline pump that team up, and you can tell like they was ready to die for him out there, and you can tell. So whatever he may have said to them in the locker room or whatever else like that, Zach Wilson was probably feeling it. I mean, he looked Aaron Rodgers S out there with the pump fakes and the play action passes. Like I was really impressed by the way he was acting.
Yeah, it looked like he was just having fun, just playing, which at the end of the day, it is a game. So if you're not having fun and you're all stressed out, man, you're not gonna play well anyway. So,
Nah, and I
so
understand it's a lot. There's a lot riding on him. A lot of pressure on New York media, but he gotta let that shit go.
man, I play, man, just play. So that was good. That was good to see him finally, put together a good game, and guys like Rodney Harrison in the media trying to bait people to call him garbage and stuff like that. It's
And
like, come
that
on,
was that
man.
was such that was such bitch shit. I'm glad he cleared the air and called Zach Wilson the next morning, but Rodney Harrison always been funny style with that kind of shit. Good player overall, but that's not the first time I've heard some shit like that come out of his mouth.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, no, good to see him play. Um,
hmm
as a Cowboys fan. I'm never gonna be upset when I see the Giants get whooped on. So they've been taking some whoopings on prime time. Um,
The winner of this saga, Saquon Barkley.
man,
I mean the
I don't
big
know why
winner
I don't know if he ever should even laced up in the first place. He almost risked his
career.
knee going out there.
But boy, if it's got to be, I mean, you don't want to see your team win, but boy, did they make the wrong fucking payment. That fucking check went to the wrong person because I mean, his coach is fucking fed up with him and his decision making is crazy. But he don't have the same kind of weapons he had last year either. To me, I feel like it's not there. But I mean, he's not a $200 million quarterback. Bottom line,
No, he's not. No, he's not.
they paid him like it. He got baited by it, and he's going to. I mean, shit, send his ass to fucking New York. Shit, I trade that nigga straight. I'll trade his ass straight up for Kirk Cousins if I had to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not taking his contract.
I think I mean, he showed last year that he can play within the right system. And I think with the right system and the right weapons, he can succeed. I just think this team is not. I mean, I was high on them in the offseason. They just don't have the juice. And I think when you get to the war when you don't pay right people don't forget that in the media, man. I mean, in the locker room, damn, we paying Dame, but we not paying Saquon. Like people feel that shit. They went and got Waller. They got the weapons. It's just something's not working with them right now. They're not clicking, and I don't think it's so much of a talent thing anymore. Like yeah, they don't have the exact same talent, but it seems like it's a lot of what's going on with them internally, in my opinion.
Yeah, biggest thing for them, they can't block. So I mean,
Mm-mm.
it's kind of hard to even blame
Judge
Daniel
them.
Jones that much because as soon as he dropped back, it's two dudes in his face. So I mean, I don't know what you to expect. He's gonna make mistakes if he's running for his life all day. So granted his left tackle was out, but they gotta shore up some things on that offensive line. I mean, I don't know if it's coaching, I don't know if it's drafting, I don't know if it's development. Whatever the scheme, I don't know, whatever the
That's true.
case may be, I mean, you got to figure that out. If you can't block up front, yeah, you gonna have a hard time with a young quarterback and trying to find himself and have some success. Last year I think a lot of stuff. I think we talked about this on episode 0, man. I think a lot of stuff just went right for them last year. I mean,
Yeah,
they were
they play
the
good defense.
yeah, really solid. So I thought they
Mm.
overachieved on defense. I thought they
Yeah,
was decent, but they overachieved. They don't have much talent on defense outside of the 2 interior linemen. Outside
true.
of that, where they don't have much talent. So and right now they've been getting torched by everybody. Defense on that side.
And no effort, mental mistakes,
Yeah.
and turnover. You can't turn the ball when your defense is not dominant.
No, no. No, they've
Kirk
been
Kirk
in.
Cousins is finding that out right now this year with throwing a pick six in the red zone. Is treacherous. You don't have a defensive ability. They still won, but it's just hard. You don't have a team to build a defensive ability. You have turnovers is just painful.
Yeah, killer. It kills you. It kills you. So yeah, no, that's they got to figure that out. I mean, it's the same situation with Tennessee and with Tennessee. You don't go pay. You pay the players that got you to where you went. You don't go and
Hmm.
for some reason the NFL not quarterbacks are important. I'm not knocking that. You want to lock in young quarterbacks, but you also got to understand why you succeeded. The Giants weren't good because
Hmm.
Daniel Jones was the man. They were good because they played solid and they played around Saquon Barkley, just like Tennessee.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tennessee went and paid Tannehill first and tried to wait and not pay Derrick Henry. But we all know Tannehill and Titans are who they are because they got Derrick Henry. He led that team. So you gotta pay your guys, man. You gotta pay your guys who lead you. And these teams keep trying to pay these quarterbacks first, and it backfires. It backfires every single time.
And it should be tiers though. It shouldn't be based off the market, man. Like Daniel Jones got paid based off his market or the quote unquote market value because he had a good season. Like they got to start giving out big option like NBA type team option contracts. The structure of the contract in the NFL to me is just wild. Like quarterbacks get overpaid all day long, like you said, and Derrick Henry took less money because there's not a running back better than him in football.
You'd be
And
hard trying to find one.
and you don't pay him. Jonathan Taylor not getting paid. Like there's just things that's going around. Your quarterback shouldn't. And he's a big quarterback is the most important position. Not denying it. But I think this year we're figuring out a lot of yeah, these running backs are replaceable, but we are finding value in people like Bijan Robinson. Running backs are getting drafted higher that are valuable. So they got to redo that because Daniel Jones now stuck, and you don't throw the tablet on the ground in front of your $200 million quarterback. That's just some shit you just don't do.
Yeah. They were definitely not on the same page or whatever they was
Whatever they was beefing about.
whatever it was. Frustrations, you got expectations and you getting whooped on. I think they both were probably just frustrated, man. I mean,
I agree.
um and no, another news, Bill Belichick, man, the Patriots, man, suffered his biggest loss
Oh
as a New
boy.
England Patriot coach, man.
And were they not coming for his head in the media? Tom Brady made him. He's a sub 500 coach without him. Tom Brady deserves all the credit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, damn. It's getting deep. His
Well,
legacy take a hit.
well, what I will say that is starting to be very apparent is, and listen, Coach Belichick has forgotten more football than I ever know in my entire life. I'm not
For sure.
discrediting anything
Exactly.
this man does, but it's starting to be apparent he don't really have any type of feel for offense. That's what it
He
start.
don't.
That's what it's starting to look like. I mean, regardless whether it's drafting a receiver, whether it's signing free agents on offense, whether it's drafting a quarterback, developing a quarterback, offensive game plans. This team is struggling because offensively, since Tom Brady left, they just been lackluster.
And let's be honest, it's hard to find your friend. You just don't get blessed with great karma like that. You run off 6 ships, and defense was the anchor. Tom Brady did his thing, but the defense was the anchor for this thing. You got to find one. I think they were forced. I think he took Mac Jones because Nick Saban was his homeboy, and he was like, yeah, he probably is a good prospect for you. He'll fit your offense. But then you put him with Patricia, no development. So you sit him
Oh
behind Cam Newton, and you play Cam Newton, you don't play Cam Newton, whatever else. So I think it's gonna be a while. I think, like you said, when they find it, you said earlier today, get y'all a mobile quarterback, let it be a run heavy type team, build you a good offensive line. I just think he thinks his scheme is more is the scheme is better than the players. And I think that's what I'm feeling for that. Because JC Jackson went to the Chargers and played like garbage. He was getting torched.
yeah,
Now he back in the system, he'll succeed. Stephon Gilmore's, he got Gilmore a damn defensive MVP.
yeah.
So I mean,
Defense, defense,
the
yeah.
defense scheme is great, but like you said, he got to continue to bring in guys who can evaluate, who can expose the off. But I don't think it's even a coordinator now. I think Matt Jones is just not. He's just too stale. Unless your offensive line is going to be the Detroit Lions or old school Green Bay Packers, nobody can play behind that offensive line. They're not even getting no push to let Stevenson run the ball. They got 2 good running backs and they can't run.
Can't run, and what it can't run, and they haven't even been able to try to establish a run game because they've been getting jumped from the start of every single
Yeah.
game they play.
Mm-hmm.
And that team is not built to come back and beat people coming back from behind in the game. So, it's yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know. I think he hires his homeboys a lot on offense, which, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
Hey, he can bring his partner back next year.
yeah,
Josh McDaniels.
he might be able to do that. We'll see.
Might get him for the Lolo.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm not sure if Mac Jones. We was talking about this as well on episode 0. I felt this year for the Patriots is the Mac Jones year. You decide
It
you got
is.
to see if he can play or if he can't, and if he can't, then you're gonna have to start thinking of what you're gonna do next at quarterback. Because I mean, what is he going into his? This is third. Is this his third year? Yeah, I think it's his third year. So I mean, they got to make a decision on him here soon. So yeah, if I'm them, they got to look at a mobile quarterback. I mean, I would be looking at Fields. Why not?
Yeah, I agree. Why not?
You know, I always thought it was weird too when they all of a sudden just dropped Cam Newton. I felt they rushed that Mac Jones era a little bit too quick, man. I thought Cam Newton was actually not bad for that team. He wasn't playing bad. I think they
Better than
should have
Mac
waited.
Jones.
Yeah,
And they didn't even give Cam Newton a real coordinator to work with.
no. He came in the COVID year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Justin Fields is not a bad. That's not a bad pickup, honestly. I think that'd be good for them. I think you got to be willing to trade and at least make it work. I think Justin Fields can work with a old coordinator that has a college style offense. He can run the ball, option, make plays. 'Cause if you get a defensive chance, they get sacks, they get stops. They just need some offense, and then they play. They play well when they can score. Tom Brady was out there looking, unstoppable because he knew that dang defense was going to lock it up and give him the ball back no matter what. Everybody talks about Tom Brady has the greatest clutch player to come back. Let's not forget they shut a team out in the whole second half in the Super Bowl.
yeah,
The number one
defense
offense in
never.
the league.
Yeah, that defense has never been a Belichick issue or special teams. He's a
Nope.
defensive guru and a special teams guru. That offense is something that he has not been able to solve yet. But
Yeah, well, hopefully he figured it out. But it starts at the QB.
yeah, I mean,
Matt Jones.
You seen Saban had to change what kind of quarterbacks he was recruiting. He started getting Jalen Hurts and
Tua is
he started going to go get some athletic
struggling again this
quarterbacks.
year, but gonna have to find somebody else again. But he'll find it.
Yeah, I mean, eventually.
Yeah, transfer protocol messing these guys up though, but that's another story for another day.
Man, yeah, that's a whole
No, but
topic
you're
right
right. They
there.
they they got they got to figure it out, bro. It's not what it is. It starts there.
Yeah. And and then other stories or updates is as we start going into these, breaking down these games, now we got to start looking at teams tanking, teams that are they trying to win, are they trying to, you know, or are they trying to get in position, get off players and shed cap space and, get in position for the draft and going into next year. So
Hmm.
teams like the Broncos, who you just mentioned, just released Randy Gregory, the Raiders, who look like they, either they incompetent or they just, or they tanking, and the Bears, I was just saw that they might have an opportunity to get the first two picks of the draft this
Dog,
year.
who pick do they have?
That's a good point. I'm not sure. I can't think of whose pick they got. Was it somebody? Did somebody trade up last year?
Yeah, I'm
Carolina?
trying.
Did
Yeah, I'm
Carolina
trying.
trade up?
Oh, let me see who picked.
Yeah. I mean, so if I'm the Bears, I ain't winning no games. Shoot, I'm finna be terrible.
Chilling.
Shoot, if I can get a chance to well, maybe get a chance to get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the worst. Count me in for the worst team out here, baby.
Oh yeah, you're right. They got the Carolina Panthers pick.
Carolina, okay. Huh.
Oh, so they
So,
gave up the pick for
so
Bryce
Carolina
Young,
gave them their current pick from last year and then
and
gave
then
them a
next year's pick
future.
first
Ooh,
for Bryce Young. It's
that
looking
was
like they should
smart.
have fucking drafted C.J. Stroud. That's what it looked like they should have did.
Man. Yeah,
I mean,
so we
two
get
first round picks. You fuck around and get Caleb and Marvin Harrison. Whew.
yeah,
That
I'm
with
gonna be
DJ Moore
terrible from them.
back there. Shit. Even if you like Field, you give him Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, Mooney. I mean, and you maybe take another O lineman or some shit like that. You can make it work.
Yeah. No, they got room to get better here in the future, and I would assume that's what they're gonna do.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, well, that was some updates and new anything I forgot on there about the
No,
news
I think
updates.
that was, no, I think that was it. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, that's all I had written down. Cool. Well, hey, let's go ahead and recap week 4. So we went 6-2. So that was a big day for MyGuyz Sports, man. 6-2. Um, got us back over that 60% mark. So I mentioned to y'all that's what we're trying to be. Hopefully we get like 65 to 70%. That's really
Right. Shout out to
sweet
Sperl
spot.
Online for getting the sweep out here.
Oh man,
Some
bro.
of them picks came in late that he had too. He just boom, boom, boom. I was like, damn. And I was why some of this shit was over quick.
Yeah, I
Them are the
mean,
best days where you ain't struggling for them. You just saying boom, boom.
yeah, I
Fucking
mean, honestly, yeah, the only one that was that I thought might not get there was one of the totals. I think Baltimore or Cleveland, because Baltimore had jumped them in the first half. I think it was like 21-3 in the first half. I was
mm-hmm.
like, man, they scoring too much, man. Cleveland's defense did not look engaged. I don't know if it's because they got the news late that Watson wasn't playing and they just wasn't, focused anymore. But they was just giving up everything in Baltimore. So that one looked questionable, but they didn't score, so it worked
No,
out.
and I think they said he was cleared to play, but he didn't want to play.
Oh wow. I did see that he was cleared to play. I didn't know if it was. I heard one report that said the coach said it was precautioned, and you mentioning that he decided not to play. So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
Stefanski came out and said that he was cleared.
Yeah.
So, and that was after the loss.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
that's interesting right there.
definitely so.
Yeah. No, all of them pretty much came through, man, pretty quick. I mean, Thielen, I've come playing against his old team, and he's the only reliable weapon. I mean, they just came out
A
saying that they're
veteran.
trying to trade for a #1 receiver. Carolina is so.
They better go get Claypool for a 7th pick.
Yeah, I don't even know if I want that dude. He seems like he's too immature and goofy. Like he think he could just hop around from team to team and do TikToks and talk crazy. And yeah, I wouldn't want him in my locker room. Not if I'm trying to win or establish a culture. He can go somewhere else. Talented player. He should be. He
Definitely,
should
he's
be
definitely
doing
a
a
number
lot
2
more.
receiver. Definitely a
Yeah,
number 2 receiver.
yeah, without a doubt, I agree.
But you're right.
But yeah, man, no, hey, bro. It's been plenty of times where I haven't had the best picks and you carried us, so that's what a team is about, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, I did get the sweep last week. Houston +3, they won outright. Baltimore, Cleveland under 39. They went under that total. Tampa Bay, New Orleans under the total of 40. Thielen over 4.5 receptions. I think he had 6, and then Baker Mayfield interception. I think he ended up throwing one in the first half, even though he had a pretty good game. My underdog of the week was Houston +3, and they covered and won outright. Didn't get a chance to do the prize picks, man. I was coming in from out of town. Was on a plane at 9:55 trying to place my prize picks, and for some reason it just wouldn't go through, which there was some money right there that I missed out on, but we got another week.
Yeah, I hit on my prize pick, so I was able to get Gabe Davis over 44.5 and Derrick Henry over 69 yards. He got that in the second quarter. So that was good.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That was no, so 5-0 there, and then money line Rich Will hit his prize picks, and then best bets Atlanta Kyle Pitts over 33.5 receiving yards. He didn't really get many receptions. I don't know what's going on over there. Then Raiders Josh Jacobs over 73.5 rushing yards. That one didn't get through. We talked about that one as well. And then Zach Wilson, New York Jets quarterback, over 15.5 completions. That one cashed pretty easy. I think like in the first half
hmm
he
It's
was
eating.
playing well. Yeah.
hmm
And then I think your underdog of the week was Tennessee +2.5. They covered
hmm
and won outright. Put the beat down on the
Yeah, it wasn't
Cincinnati
close.
Bengals. No, it wasn't close at all,
Hey,
man.
all Mr. Always Open said he ain't getting the ball enough, so we're gonna see how that shit's going.
Yeah, they
Got
not
some
they
issues
not
going
finna do nothing this
on.
year. Yeah, they
No,
all
no, they
over the
got they
roof.
got they got internal issues going on.
Yeah. So the records for the show, Bsperl online at 11-4, 73%. Rich is at 4-5, 44%. MyGuyz as a team, 15-9, 62%. So like I mentioned right there where we trying to be at. I know Rich but got some hot ones. He gonna get back on track, and we're gonna be clicking here, man.
Yeah, got a long season.
Long season. Yeah, so for people who are, just new to sports betting, man, they see people have losing bets, man. This is a long season, and you don't judge from one week, bro. Um, Sometimes you may have an off week, and then you might have 2, 3, 4 weeks, that are hidden. So you calculate this over the long term. So we're trying to be long-term winners, not just 1 week winners. And there's ups and downs to this game. So you just gotta stay steady. So something to keep in mind for the audience out there.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. But yeah, no, week 4 got off right. Let's keep this thing going, man, as we go into week 5. We do got 5 games here to talk about. So we're gonna break these down, man. We always pick the games that we feel we have the most to talk about. So if you hear a game, if we don't talk about certain games, it's not because we don't like your team or something like that, man. We just, we want to give you the best content, and we don't want to throw games on there that we don't really have, much of an opinion on. So yeah, we got 5 of them here. We're gonna go ahead and break into it. NFL Week 5. First game we got here is the London game. We got the Jags versus the Bills. Buffalo is favorite 5.5, total of 48.5. Look ahead on this one was Buffalo minus 4.5, total of 47.5. So a little buy money on Buffalo after their big win, and the total has come down a point here. Jags coming off a 23-7 win versus Atlanta in London. They played in London last week, so something to remember. They didn't go home. They stayed in London for the week. And the Bills coming off the 48-20 blowout versus Miami at home in that big division game in the AFC East. But this game, remember, this is an early start game, so Pacific time. This one starts at 6:30 in the morning. So don't forget, if you're looking to place a bet on this one, that it's an early start, 9:30 if you're on the East Coast. But what you think about this matchup right here, man?
Man, I'm feeling upset season in this. I think this could be a money line. I think Jacksonville stayed in London already. They're playing in London again, right?
Yeah, they stayed out there.
So they're in London. Tre'Davious White gone for a season, Achilles.
That's right.
The Jaguars are putting up 229 passing yards a game, which ranks 11th in the league. They're only giving up 20 points a game as well, too. I think this is going to be a struggle game for the Bills. They could still win because right now, when they're favorites, they're 3-1. They won 75% of the time. They've won each of their 2 games when they're at least 5.5 point favorites. So they're at 100%. And then they're also playing 3 games, about 4 games, and they're posting 3 wins against the spread. So the spread says they'll cover, but I just like I like what the Jags can do. I like that they are throwing the ball. Trevor Lawrence, he can run the ball. He's completing 70% of his passes, almost with 68. And they're getting yards. And without Tre'Davious Wright playing, I think they're going to struggle to cover. Safeties will good, but who's gonna guard? Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. That's a lot of weapons to be concerned for when you're out there trying to play. When now you're out without I would say, is their best cornerback out there. I do like a player prop, James Cook, because the Jaguars are the 8th worst team. I think they're giving up 94.8 yards a game rushing. I like James Cook to get a bulk of the yards and to settle this team down that's going to come out to London off of a thriller game against Miami, a dominant game against Miami.
Hey man, we are on the same page as far as that player prop look, because I had that one written down too. James Cook. I got him at rushing plus receiving yards.
Okay, I like that too.
Like you mentioned, Jags giving up a lot of production on the run and in the passing game to the running backs. And I think this it seems like and you mentioned James Cook. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but you
Last
mentioned
week,
him
yeah,
before.
against Miami, yeah, against Miami.
Yeah, you mentioned him, and I kind of went back and looked at that, and it seems like they got some confidence, and they feel like they found them, actual running back that they can use to find some type of run game. So,
Yep.
I can see them going to him in this game and giving them some looks.
Yep, 296 rushing yards, 7th in NFL, 1 touchdown, 74 yards per game through the 4 games right now.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So I like that then. We on the same page with that one. And I'm hesitant. I have no thoughts on the side, because I could see Jacksonville either keeping this game close or winning outright, just because
Exactly.
it's a funky spot for Buffalo, man. They're coming off a big division win, blowout win, and now they're going across the pond, and I'm not sure if this is their first trip to London or not, but it's yeah, it's just a weird spot against a team that's used to being in London. They just played in London.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if Jacksonville got off, to a quick start and Buffalo got to kind of shoot it out a little bit. Um, which if that's the case, I mean, I would have to like the total. I don't have a
Yeah.
strong opinion on it, but you got any thoughts on the total? It's in that 47.5.
Um, I just don't think the Bills can. I think when you lose your star players, I think in any space, there has to be some kind of hit. I think there is. I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence is better than Tua, but I do feel like the type of receiver that they do have and Kurt, and I think they're going to take them. I think they're going to underestimate them a little bit. I don't know if they're as hyped for this game, but if you're Jaguars, I think you feel like they can't stop you. I feel like you have to. This is your staple to try to see that you belong in the. They rated Trevor Lawrence, the fifth best quarterback in the league coming into the season. This is your
Mm,
opportunity to see how you stack up. Calvin Ridley, I think, is going to have a big game, and I think they can score. I don't think the Bills can stop them. And it's crazy because
mm,
people are like, oh yeah, they can stop them because they stopped the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure they really can stop them. Can they scheme against that defense without Tre'Davious Wright? Can they run the ball enough to to keep Josh Allen on the sideline? Josh gonna do what he gonna do, at the end of the day. But the Jaguars don't have a bad defense, and I think they're pretty physical when they play, for what I've seen.
yeah, I mean,
I like the over. Back to your original question, I think the game has 65-70% chance to go over.
okay, okay. I will. Now I did see that the D end for the Jaguars got hurt, banged up. Allen, the other Josh
Yeah.
Allen.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if he's playing or not, but
If needed.
they would need him. I want to say last year these teams played against each other and they beat Buffalo, but and it was an ugly game. I want to say it was like 9-6, some crazy, like very low scoring, and they excuse me, and yeah, they gave Josh Allen the quarterback problems that the pass rush Trey I think it's Trevon or Travion Walker and then Josh Allen they caused some issues. So I'm not sure if the defensive end Josh Allen is healthy, but they definitely gonna need him. But I'm kind of with you. I can see Jacksonville taking some deep shots and making some plays down the field against this
Against
defense. It
them,
could be a
yeah.
sleepy, it could be a little sleepy spot to start this game for Buffalo.
I mean, it was an emotionally high game. They woke up for that game. Even if you want to take the Jaguars coming off maybe a first or second quarter victory, first half victory, I think that's probably a safe bet as well too. If you want to take them in the first half.
Their team total is 21.5. The
Oh, I like.
Jaguars.
I like that.
Okay. I was going,
Yeah,
yeah, okay. I was
yeah,
going to ask
I
you what
with
you
you on that.
think.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Actually, I can't see that. I just don't think they can stop them.
Mhm.
I think that totals low because what they did to the Dolphins. I think that's just an underlying thing. I wouldn't. They're two different teams, two different games, two different mentalities, two different coordinators. At the end, and you got to feel like you can beat Buffalo. You shut them down last season.
They
That's
did.
confidence. So, and maybe the team totals low because of the game last year, possibly. But to go out and not put up enough, if you're going to beat Buff, if they're going to win, then you have to say the team total is over.
Yeah, because I don't know if they win this time by just shutting
Yeah,
him out from
exactly.
scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Josh Allen interception prop pop up? Very well
He
possible.
could. Yeah, he
If
could.
If Allen plays, I like it because he was on fire last fucking week. It looked like couldn't nobody touch him. I thought he was fucking Dan Marino out there. He was
Yeah.
untouchable.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I got
no.
for that game.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. I'm liking that James Cook
Cook.
prop. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, like we talked about before, these props not really up. Actually, this one might be because this is a early game. Let's see what James Cook rushing props 54.5 player rushing.
For a team that give up 98, I can see that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna be that might end up being on my card. We'll keep you updated,
Let's
updated
see
about this.
here. Yeah, because they even got it 53.5 on Prize Picks too. So that means it's online. It's in line with everything's going on. So they see what we see for sure.
Okay. Yeah, and to let you guys know, I mean, we really we still gonna do lunch tickets, but we're gonna have to do this a little bit different just because when we record, at least 75% of these props are not even out yet. So only way we could do a lunch ticket or the prize, well, prize picks, we can probably do some of those, but
Yeah,
only way
absolutely.
we could do a lunch ticket is if we didn't include player props. We would have to only do size and total. So, that kind
Sides
of
and toes,
limits.
yeah,
But
definitely.
but what we're gonna do is it's gonna go in the game group. So if you want a chance to check out some of these lunch tickets and these prize picks, you're just gonna have to hop up in the game group, man, and you'll
Let
get
it
them
shake.
there.
Hmm.
Cool. All right, that was a good breakdown on that one. Next game we got here, we got the Ravens versus the Steelers, AFC North matchup. Baltimore is favored 4, total of 38. Look ahead on this one was Baltimore minus 2.5, total of 42. So we've seen some Baltimore money as they coming off that blowout win against Cleveland, and this total has dropped 4 points. Ravens 28-3 at Cleveland last week. No Deshaun Watson in that game. And then the Steelers coming off getting blown out on the road against Houston, 30-6. This is one of those, typical AFC North physical clash games here. What you got any thoughts on this one?
Um, well, you want to start first on this one?
Yeah, I'll run on this one first. Uh, one thing I one thing I am seeing is typically in these matchups, especially in the AFC North, this is a game that people would typically take the Steelers points and say it's an
Oof.
overreaction.
Oh my gosh.
I'm seeing a lot of it out there, and I just don't feel that way. I hate taking favorites at 4.5, even though I did do it earlier in the season, with the Giants, but I felt they would kind of blow them out. But
Blow them out.
but to me, this is just a different Pittsburgh team, man. One thing I took away from Mike Tomlin's press conference after they got whooped on by the Texans is he said we can't stop the run and nothing is going to change until we can figure out how to stop the run. They are missing their defensive plug in Cameron Hayward
Oh man, big time.
and big time, and they are not stopping the run. And then on the other side, they can't run the ball. So if you can't stop the run and you can't run the ball and you're giving up big plays on defense, I just don't know how you just turn that around in 1 week. So the only way, if I'm looking at a side, I could play this game would be Baltimore, because Baltimore is not going to let Pittsburgh run the ball, and Baltimore can run the ball. So it
Yeah, exactly.
it's just a it's just a matchup that, in my opinion, just at this juncture, typically it's okay in this matchup, but this year, this just doesn't look like a good matchup for the Steelers, man. Baltimore's
Yes.
top 5 in run offense, top 5 in run defense. And they could be getting some guys back healthy this week. Bateman practice, Odell practice,
Hmm.
Marlon Humphrey practice. Um,
Why four?
say it again.
Why four?
Um, eh,
That's a big thing for me because it's I know it's in Pittsburgh, but why four? For a team that couldn't even score against the Texans, you would think.
yeah, I think it's history. I think it's just in this spot they've typically they've typically covered. I mean, and it did jump. It was 2.5, and then it moved up to 4. So I mean,
Hmm.
technically they saying, they beat them by a little over a field goal. I do get what you're saying though. Why only 4? I mean, what do you think it should be?
6.
6? Okay. Okay. That's
I mean, just
that's fair.
by they can't stop the run. Baltimore runs the most.
Yeah. No, I
That's it.
mean, yeah. I can see 6. I can see 6. I mean, at 6 you would get a lot of Pittsburgh money, I believe, just cause, which
Correct. So I guess 4 keeps it at bay. And but over under is a storyteller, 38 and a half.
38.5, yeah. I mean, because this game could end 17-3.
It
To be
could.
honest, I mean, I think the Steelers are gonna have issues scoring in this game unless they get, one thing that does happen in these matchups is you typically do get um fluke just out of nowhere plays like defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown, block punt, block field goal, something
Punts,
crazy
yeah.
like that. So, and I think that's what the Steelers are going to need the rest of this season in order for them to have a chance to win games. I mean,
To
they
win
they
games,
beat
yeah.
Cleveland and they barely beat Cleveland, but they scored 2 defensive touchdowns in that game. So
That's very true.
so
True.
yeah, I mean I'm not betting the side because like I mentioned, I'm not playing any Baltimore -4 or anything like that on.
Nah.
But if Kenny Pickett plays, he is questionable. He might not play. If he plays, I like his interception prop because I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. And right now, he looks to not be comfortable in the pocket. And if he's hurt and he's forced to throw, he's going to take chances. And if they're behind and losing this game, he's going to throw risky
Whew,
passes.
man. I
So
like I like a Pickett passing yards over if I had to play a bit. I don't have a side. I think I like division games just really are like they can go anyway.
yeah,
But how long does Pickett stay in? And which really sucks because it's hard to take Pickett passing yards because how long does how short is the leash before we see Trubisky? So it's kind of one of the things where you can just take the bait and go under and hope his ass get benched and think it's over with. But I don't think he's gonna last too much longer. I think they need a new quarterback and they need Hayward or they need to make a trade. I wouldn't be surprised they pick up Gregory as well too. On the side, make it maybe if you can't stop interior, maybe get some pass rush. But I'm trying to think what else. No, this is a bad matchup for the Steelers, man. Way you look at it. George Pickett, he may eat, but I was trying to find his damn player prop. And it's not even available. So
who? Oh,
George
Pickens.
Pickett, yeah, Pickens, I don't see it nowhere. So
Oh
for
yeah,
me,
because
it's
they don't
like,
know
yeah,
who
they
gonna
don't
be
know
the
who's gonna throw on the
quarterback.
rock.
Yeah,
Exactly. So no, I just don't. I think it's a bad spot from like I said. They can't stop the run. They can't run the ball. They can't throw it. They don't. They can't do anything.
yeah,
So if you're the
they
Steelers, you
struggling.
start thinking, is it a situation where you need to find a new quarterback? Is it a situation where you call and get somebody like Kirk Cousins? Do you think you can win? They got weapons. It's not a question of weapons. They
Yeah,
can't. They can't touch the ball. Do you call get Justin Fields? Do you do something?
I mean, with this team, I don't even think it's a quarterback issue. I mean, it's tough to judge a quarterback when you have no run game and you can't block. Like, what is he supposed to do? He's a young quarterback trying to learn. They haven't had a run game since before he was there. Even when Big Ben was there, they had trouble running the ball, and they can't block up front. So I mean, it's hard to really judge them. They got to get better up front. I mean, that's their main concern. So I don't necessarily think it's a quarterback issue. I have to give Kenny Pickett another year or two
Yeah,
to
another year.
see.
Yeah, I don't think they
Um,
got a year or two. I think that's the problem. It seemed like the coach is fed the fuck up.
well, who's
Unfortunately,
he mad at? If he
yeah,
mad at
really,
Pickett, if he mad at Pickett, that's probably
yeah.
the old coordinator is the one been getting a lot of heat as well. I've been hearing they've been on his top about getting him out of there. Canada, I've been seeing that everywhere. Pittsburgh Steelers fans calling into the radio and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, they gonna need some overhaul. They do have weapons, but if you can't block people, I don't care who's playing quarterback, man.
Facts.
Yeah, you can have whoever you want back there. They still not gonna look great. You gotta be able to block and run, especially for a young quarterback. If he has no run game and he don't have time, to throw consistently, he's not going to, you can't expect him to do well. But yeah, this is a tough game for the Steelers. So, those are my thoughts, man. I think this is a different type of game for the Steelers. I'm not sure if they could get blown out in this game, honestly. They could come in and score 3 points and get beat by 2 touchdowns. So too much blowout potential for me to like the Steelers in this game. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this one. If Kenny Pickett plays, I like his interception prop.
Yeah, I like his yards. If he gonna play, they gotta do something because they can't move the ball, run the ball. So I would like get him an alternate passing yard, maybe 150, 160, maybe 180. Maybe parlay that with something else, but I don't suspect they do anything major.
Yeah.
Maybe Lamar Jackson's rushing yards too, maybe something to look at too.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad one to look at either. Okay. Cool. Next one we got here, we got the Eagles versus the Rams. Philadelphia favored 4.5 on the road, total of 50.5. Look ahead on this game was Philly -6, total 46.5. So we've seen some Philly money being bought up, and this total has went up as well. Philly coming off the overtime win at home versus the Commanders, 34-31, and the Rams coming off a road win in OT against the Indianapolis Colts, 29-23 walk-off TD to the rookie. I can't think of his name. Puka.
Yeah, Puka, yeah.
Yeah, receiver. But
Yeah, he been eating.
yeah, he's been killing. But yeah, no, what you got on this showdown in LA?
I like the Rams. I
Okay.
really do. I like the Rams. I like them. This has like been a real coaching clinic for McVay. Like it's been good. And I think this is a situation where this old line and Philly ain't got no choice but to double team Aaron Donald. So I think if you're the Rams, you got to take advantage of this matchup where you can maybe get to Fields get to Hurts because you can suck up the interior defense. But the real question is, can the Eagles stop the passing attack of the Rams? It's been short passes. The rookie's been killing. They just been Higby's been stretching the middle like they've been doing McVay things. We wouldn't expect this. Vance Jefferson's eating like the who's the Kyler Williams running back? He looks like a stud.
Yeah.
So I think I like the points for the Rams, but I'm really leaning towards the under on the game because the team total being 50 is too high for me. Um, but every even the predictions for Fox and things like that are kind of the computer scores saying they like a upset too. But I just like it. I think the only thing about it is let me see what I looked up. That was an interesting stat for me. That they don't allow any rushing yards, but they're 27th in the league in passing defense. The Eagles are.
Yeah. I
So
actually
that
have
that's
oh my bad.
no, yeah. So they've given up 1,043 passing yards already.
Yeah, that's where you can attack the Eagles, man, is through the air. They are bottom 5 in defensive passing yards per game and passing attempts per game. So opposing quarterbacks are averaging 41 pass attempts against them. So I'm with you on the passing. I think Matt Stafford, I like his passing yards over in this game. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. against the Eagles with much success, but I definitely think they're gonna go out here and throw the football because that's definitely where you can attack the Eagles. Um, and I think the Eagles will have some success scoring as well. I mean, I like for this team, I like for teams that are have like Super Bowl type of aspirations getting to
Mm-hmm.
go play in LA because they in Philadelphia. They don't get to go play on the West Coast too often. And LA is showtime. So I think they're gonna go out
It's
there
showtime.
looking to have an offensive performance. They're gonna be playing inside on the turf. Um and they got weapons. So I think, I lean
Think it's a
towards the
shootout.
over, but I don't, you know,
It's all
I
about what the Rams gonna do offensively, scoring wise.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, they're giving up so many yards. It's crazy. The worst passing attack going against the number two passing attack. It's it's an issue.
yeah. And even if the Rams are down, that actually works even better because they just gonna
It should
keep
be. It should
throwing.
be. It should be. It should be a quick one, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think Stafford's gonna throw the ball. That's the prop I have written down here. Matt Stafford over passing yards. And you probably could take attempts, especially if they losing, because that's all they're going. I just don't think they're gonna have much success running the ball, and they just gonna have to default to pass.
Mm,
And Cooper Cup might be coming back this week, so you gonna have Puka, you gonna have Cup, Van Jefferson. They're gonna have a lot of guys, weapons to throw the football to. So I was leaning towards the Eagles team total over, but it was 27.5. I didn't really like the hook on that. So I'm probably going unless some buyback comes on this under, I'm probably going to leave that
mm.
alone and just stick with that player prop Stafford passing
So
yards. But
yeah, I think so too. I think I'm gonna adjust it and see what I like on that too. Because Rams also putting up 25 points a game, so I see that's why they feeling like the over is triggered. But then shit, they only giving up 20 a game, so that'll be interesting to see these two rookies out there playing. They just playing like they don't even care. They just out there with on house money. The rookies, the
yeah,
Tutu Otwell touchdown, 22 reception on 35 targets. So I mean, it's crazy. The only thing I like is they haven't run the ball really well. But I think Kyler Williams 62 yards a game and 4 yards a carry. I think will be good for him.
yeah, yeah. No,
It's a fun
I
game to
don't
watch.
know.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't foresee no blowout happening here.
Yeah, no, I don't think they blow the well, I don't think it'd be a blowout either. I think it'd be fairly close. Um, yeah. I mean, even on the other side, like Aaron Donald is he's disruptive, but now he's also about to play against probably the best O-line in football. So, you know, how dominant, how dominant does he end up being in this game as well, because they can block in Philly. So
Definitely could block in Philly. So would you say they're giving up? Do you see DeAndre? Would you look at DeAndre Swift,
I
second
thought
in the
about
NFL?
I thought about looking at his rushing yards.
Yeah, because he's second in the NFL or second in the NFL right now rushing. He
Yeah, I
averaging
thought about
91
that.
yards a game, so that's on 6.2 attempts.
Yeah, because the Rams been giving up some to the number to whoever
Hmm.
other team's number one running back. They've been giving up some yards to the other team's running back. So, yeah, I definitely did think about Swift. That's not a bad one either.
Yeah, I think it's more so trying to well, so I guess it's more so trying to look if you want to continue to ride the horse of DeAndre Swift. I think that's the big thing because he's been killing the game that you want to ride him is a game that the shit turns into a shootout and he's non-factor.
Non-factor. Yeah, that could definitely happen.
So that's my only spill about that because right now I think let me look at his rushing yards right now. This is what I see on Prize Picks right now. I think he's up there. Do I see him here yet? No, they ain't got him up here yet. Oh no, they do. 67 yards.
Okay.
I think that might be a little high for me.
Yeah.
Might be a little high for me.
Yeah, well, it depends. Yeah, it definitely depends on how this game goes. The reason I like that Stafford angle is because regardless if the Rams are winning or if they losing, he gonna have to throw because I just don't think they're gonna have much success trying to line up against this beefy D line and try to run the ball against the Eagles. I think they're gonna be forced to throw the ball. So even Stafford passing attempts might not be bad. So I'm trying to angle at one of those because I just feel like regardless of how the game script goes, he gonna be throwing.
He gonna be throwing. I feel that shit. Yeah, because I think what's his passing yards right now on Prize Picks?
It's probably like too high. Like it's probably like 290. If I had to guess.
Two is damn near 300. His two is 285. They don't have Stafford up here yet.
Oh, he was in the injury report, so that's
Okay,
probably why he didn't pop up.
Didn't pop up, yeah. Yeah, they got his ass in here at 280. They must gonna fucking light the Giants up.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. They probably just
Nah, me neither.
blow them out.
Yep.
Cool. You got anything else on that one?
Nah.
All right, cool. All right, next one we got here, we got the Jets versus the Broncos. Denver favorite 1.5, total 43.5. Look ahead on this one was Denver minus 2.5, total of 40. So a little buy on Denver, and this total has dropped since then. Jets coming off a loss. What was that, Monday Night Football? Or Sunday night? I think that was Sunday night.
Sunday night,
yeah, that's right. Sunday Night Football, 23-20 versus Kansas City. And the Broncos coming off a comeback win at Chicago, 31-28. This was the game that was supposed to be super hype coming into the season, man, because we was going to get A-Rod, and then the coaches been talking crazy to each other before. So
Sean Payton can't say shit. Aaron Rodgers blew his fucking top off saying that he said that shit because he knew his team was gonna be trash. And what do we know? The team is trash.
They are trash. They are not good right now.
Not good. That offense philosophy don't fit, and the reports on Russ just will not stop.
Man, and he ain't even really been playing bad, honestly. I mean, I think
ain't been playing great.
Yeah, I think they just kind of just want him out more than anything
Yeah,
at this point.
It's not a good match. It's not a good match.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll go ahead and go go first on this one. I would say the only thing that's keeping me off of Jets money line is a very public play right now. I'm seeing there's a lot of Jets enthusiasts all of a sudden, and they taking the Jets in this matchup. But I mean, I don't know. I think the offensive coordinator and the quarterback are going to be dialed in. They got something to prove. I think the quarterback feels that he had a chance to win and he let him down with fumbling that snap. So I think he's going to want to come out here and play well. And I think the offensive coordinator, he heard what the coach, what Peyton said about him, and I think he's going to be trying to put together a game plan to go out here and win the game. And this Denver defense is been terrible all season. I mean, they've been giving up work to everybody.
Everything.
So can they stop the Jets? Yeah, I don't know. I know the best unit on this field is going to be the Jets defense. That's the best unit on either side of the football. And I could see them having success against this Broncos offense. I could see them. To me, they got good spirit right now, and I'm in the matchup again like this where I feel like they got something to prove. They trying to rally behind the quarterback. They still probably think they got a chance to make a wild card spot.
They do. They got confidence right now, high level confidence.
They got confidence. And this Broncos team, on the other hand, I think they coming off a game where they exhaled a little bit because they finally got a win.
They did.
And they
They
snuck
finally
that
got a dub.
win.
They snuck it. Come from behind. We know Russ always come from behind though. Can't never cut garbage time Russ out. He just thing. It's his thing for him. He gonna come back. If he see it, he feel it, he coming back.
Yeah, and it was against the Bears, so I mean I'm not putting too much stock into
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah.
now they come back to the crib after, finally getting a win, and I don't know. This is my underdog. I hate to be all on the public side, but this is my underdog of the week. I'm just going Jets money line. I don't give me any points. I think they go into Denver and get a win.
I honestly like anything Bryce Hall this game completely.
Brees
Anything,
Hall.
bro. Brees Hall, yeah. Brees
Yeah,
Hall,
yeah.
Dalvin Cook, both of them. Broncos giving up 176 rushing yards a game. I know a lot of that shit is probably, watered up because of fucking what Miami did to them. But they are 32 against the rush. They've given up 1,000 passing yards, 1,042 passing yards. They're just not good. And then they rank 20th in rushing yards. And if you can't run against the Jets to keep them honest, it's doomsday. So Prize Picks only has Zach Wilson for 200 passing yards. So to me, that lets me know they're gonna pound the shit out the ball. Attempts, rushing yards, whatever the fuck it is, they gonna chop them up on the ground. And I think the game goes under. I think the Broncos team totals under because Russ is gonna be in trouble. And I'm with you. I hate betting the public as well too. I hate riding the coattails, but this is a spot where I think Jets gonna take this shit personal. Aaron Rodgers back in the building, giving them hope. He talking shit on the McAfee show, saying that they did good. They was right there with the champs. Words got meaning. I think this Jets team is gonna come alive.
Yeah, I agree. I think this game means something to them. And I'm just not believing in Denver. They haven't showed anything yet to they should be favorite in any
Mm-hmm.
game they play
Mm-hmm.
against. Even though they won last week, they didn't, they barely won and they didn't cover 3.5. So yeah, I mean, Jet Jets money line, man. I do like your Brees Hall over rushing yards. Prop. That's actually that might go on Prize Picks, man. I'm actually interested in that one.
Yeah, I don't see it on there, but it's possible.
Yeah, and I saw a report that he's no longer on a pitch count, so they gonna let him loose.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, I want that shit soon as it fucking hit. If that shit on when it pop up on there, I want it.
Yeah, no, that's a good look. I actually might dabble in that myself.
Yeah, I don't see anything on there.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's no, that's all I got on that one. What you got anything else?
No, that was it for me.
Cool. Last game we got here, we got the Cowboys. This is the Sunday
Ooh
night
wee.
game. Cowboys versus the 49ers,
Ooh
divisional
wee.
round rematch from last year. Niners
Boy, oh
favorite
boy.
4, total of 45. Look ahead was Frisco favorite 3.5, total of 45.5. Uh, Cowboys coming off a blowout win at home versus New England, 38-3, and the Niners coming off a division win at home versus the Arizona Cardinals, 35-16. What's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
I think Cowboys money line they ass.
You like the money line?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like the money line. I don't no points, no nothing. Give me the money line. I think Purdy's been good. He's eighth in the NFL in passing. Everything else, I know the loss of Diggs hurt. But I think they just gonna fucking onslaught them. I don't think they're gonna be able to. I even got on my prize pick. I already actually put my prize pick in. Christian McCaffrey under 75 rushing yards. because I think it's going to be a position where they're going to try to force the run. I think Dallas been sitting their O lineman on purpose for this game. I think they waiting. I think they're gonna block. They're gonna protect Dak, and I think Dak is going to show out. And McCarthy got to come out and then play. They Dallas should have beat them in the playoffs last year. Let's just call it what it is. Dak coughed up some costly turnovers that made them lose the damn game. Costly plays. I think he got a rebound. I'm not sure they get them in the playoffs, but I do think there's a spot for them right now that I'm not sure that they're gonna be able to block them. I
Oh,
just
block
don't.
the
I don't.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to block the Cowboys. I think Dan Quinn is gonna take this shit personal. I think it's gonna be hard hitting. I think there's going to be Brock Purdy. They're gonna have to get to him because when Purdy it got time. He's pretty fucking good, and it's pretty too. The shit. He's just not a system. Not gonna say system quarterback, but he's what Kirk Cousins would have been if he stayed with Shanahan.
Man, hey man, I didn't, I wasn't too I didn't know too much, wasn't familiar too much with Brock Purdy before, but he fits this offense, man.
Oh man,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
he been balling. I wonder why the total is so high on this game. That's what is kind of throwing me off.
I think it's bait.
45.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
last time
Cowboys
they
weren't getting
played,
out
it
to
was
10 points a game.
19-12. Time before that, it
Hmm
was 23-17.
hmm
So I'm not, yeah,
And
the
it's
total
it's
is
hard to
throwing me
rank
off.
the Cowboys defense because they haven't really played a lot of explosive offenses. But I just think it's on a spirit word. Because the game, I mean, the Cardinals played them tough. There's a couple of spots where the game should have been a lot closer than what the score resembled.
Yeah.
This is a Dak game for me though.
Hey man, you got more faith in these boys than I do because I don't like them. I'm not taking, I have nothing on the side in this game. But I just don't like the matchup for the Cowboys, against this defense. Like, one thing about the Cowboys as well this year is they have like the worst red zone offense in the league this year. They've been in the red zone consistently, but they're not scoring in the red zone. Um, and then I don't know, man. If you can't run, to me, it's about if they can establish some type of run game. If they can establish some type of run game, they'll have a chance to score.
hmm
But if they find themselves in third and long consistently, and this defense, this pass rush can rush forward and get pressure, and they get to sit back and with two deep safeties, they're not going to win this game, man. Um,
Yeah.
what I do like in this game is I think what they do have is a weapon that can cause some issues, and that's Bernard Pollard. That's Pollard. I think they
hmm
have to get him involved and get him involved early. And that may not
Early.
be just running the ball. I think they'll have to throw him the ball too and move him
hmm
around and get him in different positions on the field. So I actually like, it's not out, but I like his receptions. I think he catch the ball um about 4 times, maybe 4 or 5 times in this game. Little quick passes, move him out to the wide out. Throw him a little few passes to get him on the move and in space,
I mean, he
so he can
catching
make plays.
88% of his passes.
Oh, that's a good stat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's catching. He's been targeted 17 times. He caught the ball 15 times. So I mean, 88% stole the fuck throwing the ball. But this is
Yeah.
McCarthy we talking about.
Hey, there you go. Okay.
Passing
So
attempts for Dak is on my list as well too for this game.
that's not a bad look. That's not a bad look. Okay.
Because if they end up getting blown out, which is always a possibility with the Niners, then McCarthy likes to throw the ball fucking 40 times, and that's just perceived what's gonna happen.
I can see that as well, especially if they behind in this game.
Because what
Okay.
is Dak's shit? Dak's over under him and Purdy are both even at 241 and a half.
Mm, dang.
Interesting, right?
Purdy 241.
That's high, but he could torch their ass.
See. Yeah,
Good
but
garbage time.
does he ever throw for that many yards? That
Shit,
seemed like a lot of yards.
he got 1,100 yards already. He's 7th, 6th, and 7th in the NFL in passing yards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he cooking.
Okay. I didn't
I
know. I
think
didn't
Christian
know.
McCaffrey at 74 yards to me is too high.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely gonna try to run the ball against Dallas. I was there was a few props I actually liked for that was another prop I actually liked. I kind of like Ayuk as well, his
Mm,
receiving yards
that's not
over
bad.
um because they haven't really I don't think he played last time in this matchup. So I haven't really seen much of him. Um but kind of don't like it because he had a big game last week, so I think he does it again. And then Debo didn't really get a whole lot of touches last week. I think he
He
only had
didn't.
3 rushes, so
He
they
didn't.
might
He got
try to
11
get him
rushes.
involved more.
That's a good point. Let's see here. Debo is listed. And man, these odds are different, man. These are price pick odds. I just like to see what the numbers around because they'll be somewhere close. You're right. Ayuk is for 56.5. Debo is for 50 receiving yards. Let's see here. Receptions here. They don't have the receptions
Yeah.
out, but
I wrote
50
down
yards.
Ayuk over receiving yards and Debo Samuel rushing plus receiving yards.
Okay, okay. I can
But
see that.
but I like Pollard over receptions more than I like both of those.
Got it. Okay, I can see that too for sure.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good game, man. I'm definitely gonna be sitting back watching for sure. Hopefully the Cowboys can get it done, but this is just a tough matchup for the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys typically beat teams because they're dominant on defense, but Frisco got one of the better offensive lines, above average offensive line. So, if they don't get consistent pressure, and then also Dallas, how you beat Dallas is they susceptible to the run. If you can get past they front 4 or 5 guys, they can get gashed on the ground. So that's what bothers me in this
Chris
matchup.
McCaffrey had 4 TDs yesterday. He fucking was out there killing it. Um, yeah,
It's tough
but
because
I
you
mean,
don't
so
know who
I
gonna
think,
run the ball either. They throw
and
all
that's what
kinds
I'm,
of dudes in
and
there.
that's what I would bank on. I would bank Christian not getting Chris McCaffrey burnt out here. I think you get him involved in the passing game. I think they are susceptible to that, but I think remember these teams, these defenses and offensive coordinators know each other. This is saying they fucking coach together. They seen this fucking scheme every day in practice. Dan Quinn is not going to be surprised by Shanahan. Shanahan is not going to be surprised by Dan Quinn. And
Yeah.
let's be honest as well, Mike McCarthy has had success against Shanahan as well too. So offensively, so I just think it's a place where it tips the scale. I'm thinking the Cowboys win because I think if they meet in the playoffs, I think Frisco get them. I think this is a get back game. This is more of an emotional bet than anything else, but because the Niners just look like the most complete team in football, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles
Yes.
could beat them because they can just go four, and the emergence of Jalen Carter makes them really really hard to fuck with. But outside of that, I can't see too many teams. I mean, you could say the Chiefs, but I mean, outside of that, I don't know too many teams that you can line up against Frisco and you got an option to stop them. Only person who could stop them is Kyle Shanahan's demons that seem to catch him because he should have about 3 rings even as an old coordinator and a head coach already.
That's real.
So there's no real stop. There's no real stopping Shanahan. Let's just call it what it is. There's just not.
Yeah. No, that's for real. He should have way more than what he has. Yes. Yes. It's a tough game. Like I said, I appreciate your faith in these boys, man. I would like to see them win. Uh, but hopefully they just what I will say in this game is they can't get blown out. They have to keep this game respectable or win the game because if not, I don't know how you get back up later in the playoffs and have a chance to beat these guys if they just whoop on you every time you see and then Dak coming out saying telling the reporter, oh, you want to piss me off this week. So he got to go out there and play well too. Because if he go out there talking all that and he look like he's been looking the past 2 times they played the 49ers, um, yeah, don't bode well for the boys out in Dallas.
I feel you on that.
But yeah, Sunday night, this should be a good game though for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually excited about that. I don't know where the fuck I'd be at, but I plan to see some good action on that shit. Hopefully, I'm in Arizona and shit watching this shit because this shit gonna be it's a fucking movie.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Cool. Well, yeah, no, that's the 5 games, man. You got any picks of a game we didn't talk about you want to throw out there?
Um, I do have something. Let's see here. I had one I had put in my little possible magnitude. The Colts. I think the Colts sneaked the Titans.
Okay. I had no read
Underdog.
on that game.
Yeah, underdog of the week for me.
Okay.
I can't. I feel like the game. I mean, because I've been watching a lot of film up late, watching fucking film and shit. The game got away for the Bengals at the end of the second half, and they start fucking. They were collapsing on Derrick Henry so much, and they went back to back to back to back play actions on the Bengals, and they torched their ass. Before then, Derrick Henry was bottled up. I mean, bottled up.
Mm,
First, I think he was 6 carries, 7 carries for maybe 24 yards at the beginning of the game.
yeah.
And then once they hit him with the play action, 4 times in a row with Hopkins down the field, they just was killing their ass. And then at some point, you can't just keep letting them fuck it. And they kept taking the bait for the play action. That's what killed me more than anything. And it's right at the end of the second half, they were just handing the ball, play action, play. Tannehill was cooking. I was like, damn, are they going to stop this shit or what the fuck is going to happen? So
Yeah.
eventually they did, and Derrick Henry broke off that 40-yarder for a touchdown, and that was it. But after that, that Titans offense is not good. The offensive line
No.
is not good, and they're gonna have a hell of a time blocking against the Colts. Colts got a very steady defense. They hit, they discipline, and I don't see them missing a lot of tackles. And Anthony Richards, I like his rushing props in that game too. I think he's gonna have to take off and run a little bit because we know the Titans do rush the quarterback very well.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, Richardson, Anthony
Yeah, and
Richardson.
Michael Pittman was quiet last week because he killed me on my fantasy league. I mean, when I say he was quiet, he was quiet. So I think his rushing receiving yards this game is 57 and a half. I'm actually looking at that too as well.
Yeah. I will say on that game, I thought it was weird that the Colts were favored one. I was like, why would they be favored in this game? And even the look ahead, like from even the summer
Mm-hmm.
line, they was favored one, and then it
Flipped.
finally flipped over to Tennessee. So like I could see that being the Colts because they were favored for a reason in this game initially. So
Mm-hmm.
I could see them sneaking at it. That wouldn't surprise me at all. That line definitely looked a little off.
Yeah, watching the time. I'm gonna watch. I didn't watch the Colts game in full, but I am gonna watch it and see what I like to solidify that. So take a look at my pride. Take a look at the game group. I'm gonna put some in there, and we'll screenshot it and put it in the maybe screenshot one or two, and so y'all can see it. But there's a couple games I'm gonna look at too as well. And the only other special look I had was Darren Waller over 40 yards against Miami.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, they need to get him the ball more.
Get him something.
Yeah. On that game, I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it or not, but I wrote down Miami -6.5 first half. And they
That's because they
probably
got
come
started
out.
fast. Yeah, pissed off.
Yeah, and the Giants been starting off slow, generally this season, against
Oh
everybody.
yeah,
And then,
they're the only team that doesn't have a touchdown in the first half.
oh wow, what a stat. Okay, so yeah, this good.
you
This
you all over that one because they don't have a fucking offensive touchdown, I believe. Or was it ending in the second half? It's something where they don't have something in the first fucking half. Let me look at the Giants' first quarter scoring just to bank on that.
Yeah, and they going to Miami, so they could be out there kicking it for the game and get lost in the sauce before kickoff.
The Giants averaged 3 points a game in the first half.
2.3 yards per game?
No, not yards. 2.3 points in the first half
Points.
per game.
Oh
And
yeah.
Miami, and guess where Miami is?
First.
Number 1.
Yeah. I figured they was up there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually liking that one now. Yeah, them boys go out to Miami and be kicking it, big kicking it. Especially
Big
from
kicking
New
it.
York. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's one of the games we didn't talk about. I had a play on. Let me see if there was anything else. I think I got Waddle over receiving yards too.
Mm.
But who knows how long he plays or not plays. So, question mark on that one. But yeah, I think they get off to a good start. Um, underdogs of the week. Was the Colts your under is that your underdog of the week?
Yeah. Colts are underdog of the week.
Okay, got you. Got you. My underdog of the week is Jets. The Jets and I did have New Orleans on here, but this line is flipped, so they actually are now favorite -1 in New England, so they are no longer
Mm.
underdogs.
That's the underdog shit. They were.
They were underdogs. So yeah, I'm gonna knock that one off of there, but yeah, that's all I have for that one. Um, yeah, that was it's a cool little week 5 show, man. You got
Absolutely.
any closing remarks or anything?
No, nothing. I'm about to get back on track. We're trying to aim to get to that 70%. That's the goal. The gauntlet out, put it out. We've gone to the point where we're not putting out parlays for our game picks, trying to keep it more on a straight bet so y'all can bet straight, maybe combine them on your own. Um, so we'll do it that way, but we'll get you some winning tickets in here and keep it pushing.
Yeah, man. Roll to that, man. That's 70%. That'd be some cold. That'd be cold, man. Get to that
Yeah, man,
70.
keep that shit moving.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on working, man. But yeah, no, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. All bets in with MyGuyz Sports here for season 2, episode 5, NFL week 5, man. You can reach us, email team at myguyzsports.com. I'm Bsperl. My Instagram and Twitter, Sperl Online. And then Rich here has the Twitter Moneyline Rich W and the IG Moneyline Rich Will. You can find us there. Yeah, reach out to us, man. Appreciate y'all joining the show. These are always cool to do. And yeah, bro, let's go get some cash, man. Appreciate
Get some
y'all.
cash. Appreciate y'all, man. Have a good week. Check out the game group, and
Yes,
we'll get the
game
show
group.
to you out to you quick as we can, man. Y'all have a good weekend, and let's go get some money.
Let's get some cash, man.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to All Bets In with MyGuyz Sports.
With MyGuyz Sports.
Check us out next time and remember to bet responsibly.